Hello everyone, this is On the Fistulum, and I'm back. So anyhow, time to make it to the Metroline today. Anyhow, this is a fairly small city, so we've already found the Metroline. Did you hear about the landslide? Well, no. A landslide. And an opening day. Because of that, you can't buy tickets yet. Or did you want something else? What caused it? The whole train system is run by computer. If there's an accident, the safety program should stop the train, but the program was hit with a virus. It doesn't look like anyone broke into the control room, so we think that someone got into the net. Do you want to hear that again? Then want me to check things on the net? I think I'm fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. Anyhow, what do you mean they don't know when the trains will run? What's the problem here? This is the AC/DC Metroline station. Why do I look so glum on opening day, you ask? Looks like there was a landslide, and we can't run. This looks like a job for Land and MegaMan. Anyhow, we have Dex's house. You want a net battle? If you wait until I upgrade Gutsman, okay? Well, that doesn't help. However, we can jack into several things in Dex's house. Just for example, his GameCube. One interesting thing is that I think the GameCube has some sort of cameo, direct or indirect appearance in most of the games of the series, or I know at least the first two it's pretty obvious. I'm the control program for this game machine. Games keep getting better and better. Sure keeps me busy. Oh, it's interesting you're in a game, in a game. Here we have flappy viruses. And I think I'll just take one out the easy way and one out. Back on that battling. And goodbye. Anyhow, these appliances usually have some sort of mystery data or some program. When playing games, be sure to turn the lights in. Don't sit too close to the TV. Playing for a long time, be sure to rest every hour. Thank you for giving us advice in game. And here we have a level 2 spooky. Now the main thing I want to do here is I want to whittle it down to 80 before using the wide sword, mainly because if I whittle its health down too much, it will recover its health, and so I want to be able to do that without having to worry about recovering. But alas, I was too slow and I could not have it fast enough. And here we have some mystery data. Crossgun K. Not too useful, but I think I'll just take both of these viruses out. Assuming I can actually aim properly. Darn it! Why did I do that? Oh well, this high cannon should hopefully do the job. I'm wait for you to move since. Yeah, I'm actually doing a good bit of cleanup for what's not in the main plot path before I move on, for several purposes actually. They'll become more clear as I'm doing them. And here you have Dex's PC and connection to the net. Again, it's pretty much the same thing. You need the ad code before you actually make it to them. Before you can actually access it from the net. And for most of the cases, The ad codes are inside the PCs that connect to the net. I know in Yai's case that was not the case. Cool, getting richer and richer. And here we have at Dex. And if we use that from the net here, the link will appear here, and so will a Metal 2. The Metal 2 is a bit, has more does more damage, has more HP, and has a faster shockwave attack. However, it does have one other feature, in that when it's not its turn to attack, as you may have seen, it actually shields itself from most attacks, so you can't just literally attack the inactive higher level mechs. However, if they are active, attack to your heart's content. They can still, all of them can give Medguards, in spite of the fact that the Medguard only features the yellow ones, which is ironic considering the yellow ones are the first level metals that don't actually shield themselves. In any case, we're done with Dex's place. Next up, Male's house. First up, you've got to jack into the piano. And more flappy viruses. Yeah, will this be fast enough? Yes! Less than a second. You have to go cannon you. Blast. And goodbye. Let's give you guys 150 then. Now here we have Recovery 50L and Batman. Note, this is one that we actually need to complete before a certain part of the game. I'm completing it now so I don't forget, but you essentially need to do this before another part of the game or you will genuinely be stuck in the game. This was the only time this actually happened, and I think there's that male hiding in here. Well, sorry, that was awkward. Anyhow, let's see. There are some pretty good items in this servo doll that's apparently a reference to the Mega Man Legends series. I wish that I could talk sometimes too. Put me down now, things like that. Then we have level 1 spookies. Apparently you are fast enough with the sword if you can time it just right to take these things out. It's awesome that the sword has the speed. Haha. One of the most amusing ways to shave health off of one of those viruses. I'm just letting you even though I know for sure that I can do a better job with the buster than with any of the shit that I have. Well, that was interesting. And we got another Invis one. I think I'll replace the X panel one since I did demonstrate that a while ago. Oh, and I got X panel 3. I'll demonstrate that. It essentially does what an X panel 1 does, except for the panel in front and the panels above and below. Oh, and we got another HP memory. Awesome. I'm the voice control program for this toy. Please play with me. Things like that. More flappies. Here it's picking random chip even though it's not really that much. There's so much I think I will. Hold on. There. And that we're done with this computer. And finally, Yai's place. I need to get back to studying. I'm hoping to skip to junior high. Now again, this is something with the Japanese schools, considering that it's well known that Yai is already in 5th grade, along with the rest of us, so in American schools, junior high is automatically the next step. However, in other countries, the elementary school lasts until 6th grade, and so she's hoping to skip a grade. According to the anime, she already did skip at least 2 grades to be in 5th grade. Oh yeah, already in Yai's place, I almost forgot. But if you want to get to the wherever that was from the net, you go into there. However, I want to start from the very beginning so I can activate both male and Dex's terminals. I heard that you deleted FireMan. Wow! But be careful. There are sometimes copies of deleted navies in the net. Almost sounds like a ghost story, huh? What this essentially means is that since we defeated FireMan's first version, we can find for any non-friendly navies or criminal navies on the net copies of them so that we can refight them. The one real exception to this rule is Numberman, considering Numberman and his operator Higsby do actually switch for the better. And yes, they're the only 2 characters in this series that actually say they'll switch for the better and actually do that. And so we'll get to them much later. As for now, we still need to go over here. I meant to go over there. There's nothing over here except more viruses. Let's do that to get some chips out of the folder. Goodbye, and... yeah, the cross gun seems to be the best option. The swords do more damage, but it's really difficult to actually get the timing correct on them. Flight cancelled. Here we go down here. And we're connected to mail. Yeah, let's get out of here. Now we've still got a bit more cleanup to do in this specific area, meaning getting everything here. It's meant to dodge that. Also, one thing that's interesting to note: wherever the crosshairs target you on a specific panel, the Canadum will only attack up to that panel. It won't attack, say, in front of or behind that panel. Strangely, so awesome. And plus we got a cannon B and no mystery data here, so mystery data here though. Megguard A. And with Megguards come Nex. Nothing beats a good quake. Anyhow, still skipping past the skull thing. And here we have another one of the annoying things. Hopefully this quake should be able to take you out before. Well, blast it. Yeah, that wasn't even close to good timing. Hold on. Well, I honestly did not expect that. It actually landed on the virus, but it made it onto a null panel. I did not expect it to not explode if there was a virus but not a panel. So apparently now I know it's a purely ground-based chip that, anyhow. Anyhow, now remember over here, if I'm not sure if I said something, but here we have the rematch. Now the version 2 of a Navi is always in a set position after a set condition is met. And let's start things off with adding, actually. I want to see if I can get some really great chip combos. Now here we have FireMan version 2, who is a bit faster, has higher HP, and attacks with greater force. Well, I guess I'll try 3 swords. That seems pretty lucky to me. Note, you will always get the same chip no matter how well you or how poorly you do in this battle. And no, I know that the custom gauge is ready filled. I just want to see if I can get every single attack in on FireMan. And I'll see what other good chip combos I can get up. For some reason, you really like spamming those fire bombs. I mean, much more than you do in most of my runs. Yeah, it can be a bit annoying with the occasional placement of where the actual fire bombs choose to impede your movement. Did I seriously select a turn without selecting any checks? I seriously did not mean to do that. And did I seriously move into the range of the fire tower? One thing about the fire tower is that the way it moves immediately in front of the Lancer, and then it moves in front of either one panel up or one panel down, if not straight forward. And if it's interrupted with one thing, then the entire chain beyond that is stopped. In any case, it's recovery time. Considering now I have a max 140 HP, which is awesome. Your team did not mean to go into that fast. Goodbye, FireMan. And we have FireMan F as a new Navi chip. I think I'll replace the Mech Guard. Now, FireMan is the first elemental chip we get, meaning it actually does double damage to certain enemies, mainly wood types, which makes perfect sense, to be honest. Anyhow. Let's see if I can time things correctly this time. Apparently I can't. I think I'll add. Yeah, I love recursion like this. And yes, I know what I'm doing here. Because I know once you're gonna land, you're gonna be in a good enough range. Well, I tried being safe then. Goodbye. Anyhow, I'm a net merchant. Want to see my wares? To be honest, what I'm really looking after right now is power-ups, and apparently 30's any short of buying another power-up. No, I'll just have another virus encounter and get hit just so I can get just if there's any. Yeah, just because I really want that other power-up. I'm looking at the time, I should probably input that power-up and then finish up quickly. Yeah, let's talk to you. And apparently this merchant can only send a limited number of power-ups. There's only a limited number of power-ups, which is exactly the amount you can have. And now to input these power-ups. So now I'm gonna boost my attack and my charge. Note that you need at least a level 2 charge in order to actually charge your shots, and beyond that it lets you speed up your charges the higher the level. In any case, this is on the Fistulum, signing off. I'm gonna pretend that it's happened, but since this was the end of the recording, arrivederci!